Hello and good morning. It's time to decode the ET Wealth newspaper. And today the article that we're going to talk about is on page number 14. And it's specially for women. The article says, the headline says, 5 financial compromises women shouldn't make. And these 5 compromises that I'm going to read from this article, actually I've seen women make. And these are exactly the mistakes women shouldn't make. So today, let's begin, let's read through. The first compromise that women shouldn't make is that they shouldn't allow their spouse, in-laws to control their incomings. Just a couple of days ago, we shared a story of a community member. We renamed her to Kusum. And Kusum is in her late 40s now and living in a metro, working, very accomplished professional. And throughout these 20 years of her married life, she's been handing over her salary to her husband, father-in-law, and they've been investing in their name. So all the investments which she discovered about later when she joined the Money Gym program, she recognized that all the investments were done in their name. Nothing was really in her own name. Whatever she had done with her own name, in her own name, was with her, and that's about it. Even to an extent, the paperwork of all the properties which were bought in the spouse name, father-in-law's name, she had no access to any of those. She didn't even have access to the jewelry that she had, other than a couple of pieces that she would wear every day. Well, the jewelry part may be on the extreme side, but yeah, one of the compromises women should never make is not to allow your spouse, your in-laws to control, manage your incomings for you. So stay away. Learn to manage if you don't manage, but don't give up control. Take charge and be in charge. Don't give it up. Also, don't leave your finances to the men in family. This was another thing which I think was directly connected to allowing spouse and in-laws to take control of your finances. Most of us women, we will depend on our husband, father, broker, advisor, bank relationship manager, brother, colleagues, friends, mostly men. We'll depend on them to tell us what we should be doing with our money. So can we go beyond this dependence? Can we really move towards independently managing, independently taking care of our finances? Next one, don't take loans. Don't take loans for your spouse, people in your family, etc. We have another community member and she took a loan for her husband's business. The husband has been starting business one after the other and closing them down. And she's been taking loans and then paying off the loans from her incomings, from her salary. And I think that's not the way forward, right? So yeah, another compromise to not make is don't take loans for them. Stay away. Don't make these mistakes. Don't give up on your inheritance. So I'm reading now from, the article. Many women let go of their inheritance, both movable and immovable property, under pressure or threat by male siblings, sometimes their own parents or other relatives. Unless a will specifies that a self-acquired property is to be gifted to a particular person, Daughters have the same right on the father's property as sons. Also, as a daughter, you're a class 1 legal heir and have the first claim over your father's property. Consult a lawyer if necessary, but don't let go of your right just because you were given dowry at the time of your marriage, or because you are told you have no right to the property as a woman. And I have seen a lot of women talk, right? A lot of women saying that, I have gotten dowry, I have gotten a lot of istri dhan during my wedding, so I can let go. I can let go of other assets from the inheritance. Don't make that mistake. Think about it. The brothers also got married. Your parents, I am sure, may have gifted to them their wives, jewelry, other gifts. If there has been a similarity, I don't think you need to let go of your inheritance. At least not the full part of it. Last one, don't sell your self-occupied house for your adult children. A lot of us make this mistake, right? To make our children more comfortable, we tend to get into problems ourselves. Let's not get into financial problems and then depend on them, because mostly adult children may not be really comfortable taking care of you. They may love you, but they have their spouse, their children to take care of. Don't put yourself into financial trouble or underestimate your financial needs and then sell your investments to take care of them. Don't make that mistake. One of our community members, she told me how she was doing, public provident fund for her son. And now that the son he's married, different city, he's living in a different city, and he's wanting to buy a property, and those tens of lakhs that she's collected, she's going to gift him. And while we were talking, and she's in her 50s, she's 55, near retirement age, and when we were calculating her retirement fund, she could see it wasn't enough. Like, she could see that her husband was retiring in another year, she was retiring in 5 years, and they would not have enough money to live from age 60 until age 90. And even after seeing this, she was telling me, no, this PPF money I should give to my son, contribute to his house buying. And I was shocked. That, no job is going to keep her husband. And what's the plan? What's that financial plan? So yeah, I have seen women make so many financial mistakes. 5 of these financial compromises. Today we have talked about, see if you're making any. Yeah. And look at what is that alteration in the way we think, or what is that habitual way of thinking that we have that we need to move away from. What is it that we need to be doing? How do we need to be altering our mindset so that our actions alter? So that's the action step for you. Please start typing. What are you taking away today? What are you learning? Diksha, Shruti, Gur Sahiba, Abha, Nishtha, Anjali, Sonika, Raji, Kaveri. Thank you so much for joining us in the live. What a privilege to have you guys and talking one-on-one with you. Hey Bhagya, good to see you after a long time. Good morning. Awesome. I'm loving that my women are here for a live talk. So go ahead, please share. Please share. And for any of you who want to go back to this article, read it. It is on page number 14 of the ET Wealth newspaper. Prerna is saying thank you for this session. Sure, Prerna, what are you taking away? What brings about this gratitude? What connected with you? Guru Saiba is saying, I don't feel like missing your lives, especially the decodings you do. Got it, Guru Saiba. Thank you for sharing. Prerna is saying this has been a real eye-opener for her. Got it, Prerna? Say more. Kaveri is saying it's not what we leave to our kids that make them empowered. It is what we leave in them that makes them self-sufficient, confuser, and kind people who can support themselves. Yeah, absolutely. What do we leave in them? What is that mindset that we are leaving with them? What are those habits we are leaving with them? What is that kind of routine that we are leaving with them? A lot of that is picked from the parents. A lot of it. So yeah, instead of material inheritance, if we can give them the gift of habits, routine and more. Prerna is saying, I've gotten not to miss my inheritance and not leave it blindly for my own daughter. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Kaveri is saying, leave your kids confident, not confuser. Okay, got it, Kaveri. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. And I love the inputs you're giving. Yes, don't leave that inheritance. Don't leave inheritance for your daughter blindly. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Okay, Nishta is saying, women need to learn to manage their finances themselves. They should not let themselves be exploited by others. Instead, learn financial management. Diksha is saying, very insightful. In all emotions, we women trust and do not think about us. And then we're shocked if we don't take care, if we don't take charge and be dependent. Yeah, it's a big shocker that comes later. Guru Saiba is saying, I read this yesterday. ET Wealth is actually wealth of knowledge. Shared this article with our group yesterday and a real eye-opener. I completely agree with what you say. Shruti is saying, creating financial support for our kids, but as well as for us. We can't be dependent on our kids in our retirement no matter what. Yes. So that requires a little bit of financial prudence. We can't give all our money to them. We got to have that fine balance, or maybe just equip themselves to build their own finances. Abha, women often give everything, whether it is loving, caring, feelings, including tangibles like money, etc. They mostly keep themselves last and are often more trusting. It's time to change this line. Yeah. No more we need to be so giving, not at our own cost. That's not how we do it. So everybody, can I invite you to share this video? Because I'm sure women in your lives may be making these mistakes. They may be making these compromises and they may not know the consequences they're getting themselves into. Your sharing this video and that woman watching may make a significant difference or even a 1% shift. And when can we bring that about together? Can I invite you to share this video with people in your life? Please go ahead. You can share it on your timelines, stories, any WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups that you are a part of. Please go ahead. I'm loving all the hearts coming my way. Thank you, Kaveri, for sharing the video. Guru Saiba is saying, after joining the Money Gym program, my husband has left financial planning on me. More power to you, Guru Saiba. Awesome. That's another finance minister showing up from her house. Got that? More power to you. Sonika is saying, I love my child more than anything, but I will still put myself first. In creating a corpus for myself first. For his education, I'm making some investments. I will still consider an education loan for him if the money isn't enough. But it won't be at the cost of my retirement and my emergency fund. Yes, Sonika, that's the new wave of mothers showing up. Mothers taking charge of their lives, and the child will learn to take charge of his life. Go ahead, more power to you. Bhagya, thank you for sharing the video. On this note, I'm closing the live. Thank you for participating, everyone. Thank you for coming, acknowledging that you are here and participating in the discussion. And most of all, moving the mission forward by sharing it with other women in your life. Thank you. I'm in deep gratitude. Take care of yourself.